Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. So happy to have you here with me today. Now today's reading will be a daily tarot snapshot reading. So it's just one card focusing on the energy surrounding us on each day of the week. For the dailies this week, I'll be using a new deck that I just got. I'm so excited. I've been wanting this deck forever, and I ordered it a couple of years ago, and it was like stolen or lost in the mail. And so I just kind of said, all right, I didn't ask for it or for a refund. I didn't ask to get it back. I just kind of left it. And then I ended up getting like a gift card from somebody. And so I used it to get it. So I have the deck and I love it. It's the Osho Zen Tarot. Okay, so I hope that you enjoy it. Be using it for the dailies this week. Just, do keep in mind that the readings that I do here on YouTube, they are general in nature. The only way to get a truly personalized reading focusing on you, what's going on in your life, will be to get a private reading. So if you're interested, all of the information can be found in the description box below this video. Okay, so I will say goodbye for now, and we'll see you in 1 second for the daily shuffle. Hi again. All right, we're looking for the energy of the day for Wednesday, October 10th, 2018. Spirit, what do we need to know? What are the energies surrounding us on Wednesday? Wednesday, October 10th, 2018. One card for the energy of the day. What do we need to know? Bumper cards fell out, so we'll put those back. One card for the energy of the day for Wednesday. Okay, we'll do one final shuffle. Divide the deck. And we have as Wednesday. In this deck, it's called Schizophrenia. This is the Two of Swords, okay, which is a card that speaks of being in two minds about something, right? Not being able to make a decision. So let me move this so we can see the card. There we go. And we will put this blue and the purple. Okay. So, the Two of Swords, well, the energy of swords, the suit of swords, is, it has to do with our minds, right? It's the suit of the mind. And it also deals with, psychic abilities, intuition, right? It's our intellect, our intelligence. It's also where we come up with our ideas. It also has to do with communication, communicating those ideas to other people. So getting those across to other people. And, with the two, this two of swords, or in this deck, is actually, it's called the clouds, right? I don't know if you can see, there are clouds kind of floating around. So it's, it's a slightly different interpretation of the Two of Swords. So the Two of Clouds, it has to do, it's kind of like being caught, or stuck between a rock and a hard place is the message that really, I think, goes along with this. And you can see that, the person is hanging up there, and look at the way that, I'm not sure if you can see, there we go. The person is, sort of stuck there, right? Hanging literally between the two, the two cliffs, these two sides. And so what the card represents is, you're in a situation where you're kind of, you're stuck. You're stuck in, as far as feeling indecisive for whatever reason. You're unable or even unwilling to see the truth in a situation, to, to figure out the answer to something, to get yourself out of that particular situation, and in this position, it's kind of like, it doesn't really matter if the person lets go and falls head first into the ravine here, or if the person falls feet first. Doesn't really matter. Either way, it's kind of like it's a difficult decision. The outcome is probably, well, we don't know what the outcome will be, but there is no, really right or wrong way. But there's, should I go? Should I stay? Should I, whatever the decision we make here, it's like it's about not getting stuck in that negative thinking of, well, I chose this thing. Oh, what if I should have done the other? Well, would things have been better if I had just gone with the other thing? Okay. Obviously you can't choose both. And so there's, you have to, when you're in this sort of situation, it's about making a list of pros and cons, going over things in your mind, trying to, if it is kind of between a rock and a hard place, then figuring out, the best of the situation. What is, how can you best handle the situation? It might be a difficult situation. There might not be one easy answer or one easy way out. But, the best thing to do if you're stuck in this type of situation, even though this is the Suit of Swords, which is all about the head, sometimes the best thing to do is to, go with the heart, go with what your intuition is telling you, go with what that gut feeling, follow your heart, and then, go with what your heart is telling you. So just go ahead and, if it means letting go and, dropping down into the ravine, as long as you're going with what your heart is telling you to do, you can't go wrong here. And, with this card, it's called schizophrenia. And, I don't want people listening to sort of take that in the very negative sense of being schizophrenic, but it really speaks of the duality and how man is split. It's this kind of divided man, this split, this contradictory man. And, and this can be sort of this kind of schizophrenia between, us in the physical realm versus, our spiritual selves. And it's about remaining grounded here. And it's about how to drop kind of this split, divided mind, how to become that whole, that very centered, complete individual. And if we think about, what is, like, if we think of the yin yang energy, what is the yin yang symbol? It's a divided, it's a split symbol, right? We have the light and the dark divided, but by combining both of them, they become whole, and it is the whole. And, as humans, it's about finding that totality, right? That being that best whole version of yourself. So, and not getting caught up in this, the unhappiness of this kind of split duality. So it's, there's the more mundane, the day-to-day message of this card, which is, if there is a difficult decision, it's all about kind of taking that leap of faith, going with what your heart is telling you to do, right? And if there is this situation, whatever it is that you're dealing with, weighing up, it's good to possibly put things down on a pros and cons list, right? So there's that day-to-day type of message with this card. And then there's the deeper message. There's the more spiritual message about, this search for, wholeness, this search for bringing together, our spiritual self, our higher self, the life that we lead here, in this material realm. So I love this deck. This deck, I mean, it has all of the main messages of the traditional tarot, but there's deeper messages here, and there are more kind of hidden messages within the card. So it's a very interesting deck. I'm enjoying using it this week. So I do hope that the messages have helped you. I thank you for joining me today. I look forward to reading for you again, and just know that I'm sending you much peace, love, and light for a wonderful Wednesday. Bye for now.